Book 9. Odysseus declares himself and begins his story. The Sicyons, Lotophagi, and Cyclopses. And Odysseus answered King Alcinous, "It is a good thing to hear a bard with such a divine voice as this man has. There is nothing better or more delightful than when a whole people may bury together with the guests sitting orderly to listen while the table is loaded with bread and meats, and the cupbearer draws wine and fills his cup for every man. This is indeed as fair a sight as a man can see. Now, however, since you are inclined to ask the story of my sorrows, and rekindle my own sad memories in respect of them, I do not know how to begin, nor yet how to continue and conclude my tale, for the hand of heaven has been laid heavily upon me. Firstly, then, I will tell you of my name, that you too may know it, and one day, if I outlive this time of sorrow, may become my guest, though I live so far away from all of you. I am Odysseus, the son of Laertes, renowned among mankind for all manner of subtlety, so that my fame extends to heaven. I live in Ithaca, where there is a high mountain called Neritum, covered with forest, and not far from there is a group of islands very near to one another, Delichium, same, the wooden island of Zacynthus. It lies squat on the horizon, all highest up and sees towards the sunset, while the others lie away from it towards dawn. It is a rugged island, but it breeds brave men, and my eyes know none that they do better to love to look upon. The goddess Calypso kept me with her in her cave and wanted me to marry her, as did also the cunning Aeon goddess Circe, but they could neither of them persuade me, for there is nothing dearer to a man than his own country and his parents, and however splendid a home he may live in a foreign country, if it be far from father or mother, he does not care about it. Now, however, I will tell you of the many hazardous adventures which by Zeus's will I met with on my own return from Troy. When I had set sail, thence the wind took me first to Ismarus, which is the city of the Sicyons. There I sacked the town and put the people to the sword, who took their lives and also much booty, which we divided equally amongst us, so that none might have a reason to complain. I then said that we had better make off at once, and my men very foolishly would not obey me, so they stayed there drinking much wine and killing great numbers of sheep and oxen on the seashore. Meanwhile, the Sicyons cried out for help to other Sicyons who lived in land. There were more in number and stronger, and they were more skilled in the art of war, for they could fight either from chariots or on foot as occasion served. In the morning, therefore, they came as thick as leaves, and bloom in summer, and the hand of heaven was against us, so that we were hard pressed. They set battle array near the ships, and who aimed their bronze-shod spears at one another. So long as the day waxed, and it was still morning, we held our own against them, though they were more in number than we, but as the sun went down towards the town, and men loosed their oxen, the Sicyons got better of us, and we lost half a dozen men from every ship we had, so we got away with those that were left. Thence we sailed onward, with sorrow in our hearts, but glad to have escaped death, though we had lost our comrades. Nor did we leave till we had thrice invoked each one of the poor fellows who had perished by the hands of the Sicyons. Then Zeus raised the north wind against us, till it blew a hurricane, so that the land and sky were hidden in thick clouds, and night sprang forth out of the heavens. We let the ships run before the gale, but the force of the wind tore our sails to tatters, so we took them down for fear of shipwreck, and rowed our hardest towards the land. There we lay 2 days and 2 nights, suffering much alike from toil and stress of mind. But on the morning of the third day, we again raised our mast, set sail, and took our places, letting the wind and steersman direct our ship. I should have got home at that time, and not the north wind, and the currents been against me as I was doubling Cape Malia, and set me off my course hard by the island of Cythera. I was driven thence by foul winds for the space of 9 days upon the sea. Around the 10th day we reached the land of the locust eaters, who live on a food that comes from the kind of flour. Here we landed to take in fresh water, and our crews got their midday meal on the shore near the ships. When they had eaten and drunk, I sent 2 of my company to see what manner of men the people of the place might be, and they had a third man under them. They started at once and went about among the locust eaters, who did them no hurt, but gave them to eat of the locust, which was so delicious that those who ate of it left off caring about home, and did not even want to go back and say that what had happened to them. The work was staying and munching locusts with the locust eaters, without thinking further of their return. Nevertheless, though they wept bitterly, I forced them back to their ships, and made them fast under the benches. Then I told the rest to get on board at once, lest any of them should taste the locusts and leave off wanting to get home. So they took their places and swept the great sea with their oars. We sailed hence away in much distress, till we came to the land of the lawless and inhuman Cyclops. Now, the Cyclops neither plant nor plow, but trust in providence, and live on such wheat, barley, and grapes as grow wild without any kind of tillage. And their wild grapes yield them wine as the sun and rain may grow them. They have no laws nor assemblies of the people. They live in caves on the tops of high mountains. Each is a lord and master and his family, and they take no account of their neighbors. Now off of their harbor there lies a wooded, fertile island, not quite close to the land of the Cyclopses, but still not far. It is overrun with wild goats and breed. There is great numbers and are never disturbed by foot of man. Or sportsmen who, as a rule, will suffer no much hardship in the forests, as or among the mountain and precipices. Do not go there, nor yet again it ever plow or fed down, but it lies a wilderness untilled and unsown from year to year, and has no living thing upon it but only goats. For the Cyclopses have no ships, nor yet shipwrights, who could make ships for another's country as people who have ships can do. If they had these, they would have colonized the island, for it was a very good one, and would yield everything in due season. There are meadows that in some places come right down to the seashore, well watered and full of luscious grass. Grapes would do there excellently. There is level foreland for plowing, and will always yield heavily at harvest time, for the soil is deep. There is a good harbor where no cables are wanted, not yet anchors, nor need a ship be moored. All one has to do is to reach beach, warns a vessel, and stay there till the wind becomes fair for putting out to sea again. At the head of the harbor there is a spring of clear water coming out of a cave, and there are poplars growing all around it. Here we entered, but so dark was the night that some god must have brought us in, for there was nothing whatsoever to be seen. A thick mist hung all around our ships. The moon was hidden behind a mass of clouds, so that no one could have seen the island if he had looked for it, nor were there any breakers to tell us we're close inshore before we found ourselves upon the land itself. When, however, we had reached the ships, we took down the sails and went ashore, and camped upon the beach till daybreak. When the child of morning, rosy-fingered dawn appeared, we admired the island and wandered all over it, while the nymphs, Zeus's daughters, roused the wild goats that we might get some meat for our dinner. We fetched our spears and bows and arrows from the ships, and dividing ourselves into 3 bands, we began to shoot the goats. Heaven sent us excellent sport. I had 12 ships with me, and each ship had got 9 goats, while my own ship had 10. Thus, through the livelong day, till the going down of the sun, we ate and drank our fill, and had plenty of wine left, for each one of us had taken many jars full when we sacked the city of the Sicyons, and this had not yet run out. While we were feasting, we kept running, turning our eyes towards the land of the Cyclopses, which was hard by, and saw the smoke of the double ferns, and could almost fancy as we heard their voices and the bleating of their sheep and goats. But when the sun went down, they came on dark. We camped down upon the beach,